All right, we are back for some more Star Citizen. Let's do our normal routine where I just quickly tune in on Twitch, make sure that I am doing what I think I'm doing. Yeah, we are. Okay, cool. We're live. Audio's good. If anyone has any counters to that, please let me know. I'm more than happy to adjust setup, volume levels, all that jazz. Let's enter. So we're still on the 3.24.2. There is a 3.23 or 24.3 patch in the works, which is going to be the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo. I suspect that will drop on the 22nd, though we might actually see it a bit earlier, and they just make the Tobin Expo Center and all the stuff relating to IAE live that day with a quick server side fix. But I suspect that CIG will take the opportunity to use up that time to make sure that the patch is 100% ready. Right now, there's been some server side stability issues going on if you've hopped into the game recently. In fact, you'll notice that last Wednesday's stream was not saved after the fact because there was some frustrating bugs that I encountered, which made it not only challenging to play, but I'm sure not the most fun to watch. So rather than kind of archiving that and saving that, I just elected to have the stream and nothing more. But today I am recording this so we can upload it onto YouTube afterwards. Plus, it'll be saved in the video on demand function within Twitch after the fact. So let's see. I did have a really good play session yesterday. So my wife and I hopped on. I was on Saturday, good portion of the afternoon, and it worked well. Sunday morning, I got into some pretty rotten servers with the wife, but Sunday afternoon, I actually played, and I got into a really good server. The only issue that I ran into was there was a couple NPC ships that kind of bounced back and forth a bit as I was trying to shoot them, but nothing that was game breaking. So I was pretty happy with that. We'll see how the server's running today, at least the one that I've hopped into. Start with an easy assistant defending, or do we want to do... Yeah, we'll do assistant defending. Track. People are fighting. It's usually a good sign that the server's doing well enough for that to happen. Let's fix my horn. You also may notice that I've got the Special Forces armor for Hurston, which is the Artemex, and switched my weapons over to be kind of more in line with that, with a Karna rifle and all that jazz. I was doing a bounty mission at Millerand, and one of the Hurston security Special Forces guards there unfortunately perished, but I was able to Hurston Diamond Storage Building. Oh, that's where we're going today too. Neat. But yeah, one of them had passed away there, so I was able to loot that armor and utilize it. Let's just take the good old-fashioned Mark II.
Vehicle selected. Stand by. Your vehicle has been delivered to the place.
I mean, I don't want to jinx it, but everything, you know, knock on wood, is going pretty good. Not getting major hangs. Things are responding quite well. So we'll see. This will be the moment of truth, because oftentimes, if there is going to be a bug, you'll come into the hangar and the ship will still be kind of down and below. So If this doesn't come up, then we'll be in a server that's not being as nice, but we have other options. Luckily, I have many ships. Yeah, so this is part of the server hangs you've been seeing. So spawning ships, the ship will spawn, quote unquote, but the elevator never brings it up, or for example the floor that has come across, the temporary floor, the ship starts coming up, but the floor is there, so it gets squished underneath and it like blows up. So there's all kinds of errors that can occur. So we'll see if we can get it to pull up now. There we go. So these are the kind of hitches that are happening on and off the last few days. There's definitely been some challenges. I don't know how accurate it is, but someone jumped in the comments claiming that they were aware. It's a somewhat external issue and is expected to be resolved in a few days. Hopefully that's accurate. I would really like to see that. Star Citizen, when it's functioning, is actually one of the best games I've ever played. Like when you can get, you know, in, play for several hours and hop off and have a good experience, it is like awe-inspiring, to be honest with you. Like, I used to play Freelancer back in the day, another game by Chris Roberts, and that was one of my favorite games ever. And I get those vibes of like me just losing hours of my life, and in a good way, like where I've just had an incredible experience, had a lot of fun, you know, no issues, and it's quite a fun experience for me. So I'm hoping that when the server fixes come into place that we have a lot more experiences like that, because it's quite incredible. Star Citizen, for all its faults, is one of the prettiest games that I've ever seen. And most of the faults are related to the fact that it is an open development, as I've mentioned multiple times. Like, you know, be gentle with your criticisms. I too suffer from it. I get equally frustrated. If you were on the stream last week, you would have saw frustrations real at times. But you know, we all need to realize the dream. It's coming. It's just going to take some time. So hopefully the remainder of this stream doesn't have too many issues and we can just have a good old fun session. So let's go to Milleran, shall we? Oh yeah, I gotta go to Hurston first. Also, interestingly, I have seen it in stream before, so if you've watched any of the previous ones, you'll be familiar, but there's this audio bug that you get when you come up to the ship sometimes, and it sounds like something's revving or spooling. It's actually the quantum spool from the outside. Of course, you don't normally hear that as the pilot on the inside, but it's actually the quantum spooling sound on the inside of the ship, or rather, what it sounds like from the outside. And if you cycle quantum, it seems to fix that. So at least there's a workaround now. I mean, I suppose there was a workaround previously. You just have to despawn the ship, but that's not very fun. Okay.
Quantum drive is now up.
I was on yesterday and made a grave error. I was responding to one of these type of missions, and the NPCs spawn on the outside now, which is quite neat. That's new, and my go-to protocol is I fly over, I open up with the ship, take out any targets before landing, and then hit on the side, because why waste my rounds when I can use my essentially unlimited laser. And I saw 2 people at the front door, which were definitely criminals. I saw on the number 4 side, if you think about it like number 1 being the door, number 2 being the next side to the left, and so on, like a clock. On the number 4 side, there was definitely a friendly target, so I ignored that. I couldn't quite tell on the number 3 side, because it's obviously behind the building from my perspective. And on the number 2 side, there was a bunch of enemies as well. So I killed the 2 at the front door, and then when I went over, I double-checked, and it didn't look like there was any friendlies. But unfortunately, of the 5 enemies standing there, only 3 of them were actually enemies. 2 of them were, unfortunately, security. So I ended up getting a crime stat. Thought myself, a bit of John Wick, and headed over to Security Port Korea, and that did not go well. So I ended up, unfortunately, having to serve some time. But I do like that they spawn outside now, because it presents a greater threat, and the fact that when you're leaving, especially if it's not one of the missions where you have the set number of NPCs you gotta kill, like, you might actually have to, like, cover your sectors as you're leaving to make sure that nobody's gonna sneak up on you and stuff like that. And there's one at the door right now. Now, it might be Hurston Security, so we're gonna be careful. We're gonna slow our roll here. Yeah, so Hurston Security is standing there, as well as the 2 enemies.
Shields hit.
So if we would have shot there, we would have taken out the security. Which is obviously suboptimal if you want to maintain a law-abiding approach. Another couple security out there as well. So checking your targets is super important. Third security on the exterior there. So we have 3 uniformed security personnel and then an armored personnel. So we'll see. Yeah, we'll probably just pull up here and set her down, especially since we got security. I normally don't like being so close to the entrance, but we can get away with it. We got security protecting us.
Landing complete.
And maybe we'll pick up a little bit and rotate. There we go. All right. Let's do this. I like how the camera angle changes there, so you have like a neat looking exit there. Any of these people go rocking a Karna? You got hostiles inside? You got hostiles shooting the outside. Well, that's not fair. He can shoot through it and I can't. I like how the NPCs are quite reactive. If you're on a good server like this, they actually are quite reactive, where they'll actually move, rush the enemies, stuff like that, so it's quite cool. Oh, more hostiles. LMG. Yeah, we can take a LMG, at least as a weapon to offset my own ammo. Put one on me. Do I have enough room in my... Don't. What if we take one of these, throw it there? Yeah, that's what we'll do. And we can rock the FS9 for this mission, even if we don't keep it. Let's finish clearing the exterior, and then we'll head on inside. Oh, that's uniform security. And so you can see there's still a little bit of a hiccup because they're like moving and then they're like jumping back and forth. But overall, this server is not doing too bad. Though I do look forward to... Oh, nice. You took out that guy by yourself. You rock. I look forward to when they get these working. Because actually before the recent .2 patch here, like the one we're on, 3.24.2, server stability was actually great. This one... I don't know if it's this patch that broke the servers or something happened to coincide at the same, time. However, it's definitely... Yeah, there we go. So we're unfortunately in a bad position here. Why we're in a bad position here is the server will likely recover, as you're about to see. So server errors, not a big deal. However, what doesn't transfer is missions, which means I will likely become hostile to all the security here, and we'll have to get out quickly. Now, luckily, we're close to my ship, but unfortunately, it does mean that we are at risk of having to engage the security, which means that we will... That's not very nice. I don't know why that guy's saying that. That's weird. We might get a crime stat here if we can't leave quick enough, so... They are working on a way to get that to port over, so that mission progress will port over when you do these things, but I don't know how far along that is. So we'll hang out and wait. It's a Far Cry better than what it was, because previously when you'd have a 30K, which used to be quite often, especially early on, you'd have a 30K, and then the server would just crash. My ship there would be gone. I'd have to reclaim it. I would be spawned back on Everest Harbor or whatever last landing zone that you were at. Anything you had in the ship would be missing. You'd usually be pretty good for your items, like I'm wearing, but yeah, it was never a pleasant experience, and so it made cargo hauling nigh impossible and things like that. To have it be able to have a server error like this, yeah, you sometimes wait, a while, and ideally it would be quicker, but the fact that I can wait a bit and have my ship still behind me, I don't know if we can see it because my head can only move so far, but my ship's still behind me, equipment I'm still on, and the only thing I miss out on is the 10K for the mission that I really only spent a little bit of time on. So yeah, I look forward to when it's better, but we are a far cry from where it was back in the olden times. Oh, man. Never noticed it said biohazard facility. Guess I really didn't pay attention. Well, hopefully they get it rectified shortly. The other, perfect. Yeah, mission's canceled. We gotta get out of here. As you saw, those 2 security personnel spawned, and if I can get in soon enough, and they're not pissed at me. Perfect. Okay, we're golden. Whew.
Engines online.
Let's quickly take off before we outstay our welcome here.
Complete. Landing gear raised.
There we go. So we'll accept another mission here. Probably have to also accept our civil defense force, but it's not there. Well, these ones are pretty easy, so we'll accept that one. Normally for these ones, I just kind of fly over and blast the targets from the air. Yeah. Last VR has joined the chat, if you will. Alright, let's flip around and take a trip to Farnesser. Or Farns Way.
Quantum drive is now on.
I wasn't, like, yawning all day. Not even, like, 2 minutes before starting the stream. Start the stream, yawn. It did me in. Foreshadowing for the next, like, 5 hours.
Quantum drive is now off.
Alright. Sorry to blow my nose. Oh, people getting salty in the comments. Oh, apologies. My nose. Now let's slow down before I crash. I'm trying to like blow my nose and fly here. There we go. Oh, I was gonna say. Not right. There we go. Oh, a little bit to the right. Boom, there we go. There we go, I was gonna say. But there wasn't like explosive. Oh my god. There we go. Boom. Might be cheesy, but it works. Oh. Come on, there we go. One left. I mean, I don't blame him. What are we gonna do? So our target should be here somewhere. There he is.
Shields hit.
Nice. Now before we leave, we'll see if there's anyone else. Sometimes a couple extra people do spawn. We got plenty of room there, but just in case. That's hilarious. He might have actually legitimately hit one of our thrusters. These both security? Is either of them security? None of them are security. Boom. Oh. We make contact. Before I leave, I like to make sure that all the threats are eliminated, though. Instead of leaving some enemies to be mopped up. I think we're good. All right. There we go. Call to arms. Always a good one to have. Anytime you kill anyone with a crime stat, you'll get some monies. And build rep, of course. Oh, well, we're right here. Maybe not. We might not be able to get that mission. Looks incredible, though. We'll stay in the area for a minute and see if we can't get that contract. If not, we'll go and do another one. We could also do the Casillo as well. Yeah, that's why, so it went away. So let's do the Maker's Point, because that'll make us 30K. See if people are still freaking out each other.
Quantum drive is now on.
Man, it looks cool. Oh. If it's still available when we're done this, we're definitely going to do that.
Quantum drive is now up.
Somebody's attempting to stop our surveillance. Yeah, I think we took a shot directly to a thruster or something. One of them's unhappy at the very least. Let's see what we got here. Wretched hive of scum and villainy, it looks like. I do even look forward to, like, you know, yeah, obviously this is not the most glamorous location, but even like player settlements in the future being kind of run down adds like some character. And then there can be a cool environmental storytelling, even if there's no like set storytelling, because it's a player created location, you know. There's some Narduels located here. Now, oftentimes there's like 30 some odd enemies here, so I might not settle down on this one unless they don't spawn, and in that case I will. I feel like they're not gonna spawn. Well, we can try to set her down, I suppose. Right over here and see.
Deployed. Landing complete. Engines offline.
All right. Yeah, I feel like it's not. I often have missions that are like this one, the 30k to clear out a location, perform this way. Out of the, I think, 7 I've accepted, I've only been able to complete 2 in the recent patch. So this is not unsurprising. Pickle. Oh, hilarious. I thought it was a loot crate. It's legitimately a seat. So is that one. That would be unfortunate in the middle of a combat. You think it's a loot crate, you just crouch down beside it and all of a sudden you put your gun down and take a seat. I would not be the most thrilled with that realization. It is cool though. Living into that frontier vibe where instead of making like a useless waste of space kind of chair. Not that I'm saying chairs are useless. Obviously, I use one right now. But like, if you're looking at a Frontier, something that can double as a storage crate or your chair is far more practical than an actual chair when you're first getting started off. You have to kind of rough it, if you will. I really look forward to base building and having to go through the trials and tribulations of setting her up my own and all that jazz. Yeah, I think it's pretty safe to say that there is no NPCs here. Well, if the comm relay mission's still up, we'll go do that one. Let's see if the chat's saying the same thing. I was hoping I could just jump over that. Haha. Nice spot though with the lake. I love how there's literally like dirt on my craft. Oh no 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 no. That is unfortunate. I'm gonna have to hop out because my light is on. It's kind of dumb that when you're getting in and out you can't change it. My fault for putting it on, but let's try this again. That's unfortunate. Let's see what we got. 90 hauling missions. It might not be my day.
Engines online.
Alright, since we can't do this one, we'll take off. Get engaged with some ship combat.
Takeoff complete. Landing gear raised.
Oh, that's cool looking. Now we're going to Magda.
Quantum drive is now on. Quantum drive is now on.
Also, for those that play Star Citizen, if you are interested in playing with me, joining the Town Interstellar org, or just being more involved, let me know. I'm always looking for extra people. Oftentimes, I play this fairly consistently, and my friends are not always available. Plus, I'm always looking to build our org. Right now, my org is really just people I know in real life who are also passionate about the project. So if you are interested in playing, and especially for like 3.24.3, when we're getting the Polaris up and running, and many of the other ships that I have require crew, like I'm running a Hammerhead pretty consistently, I'd love to do. So if you like what you see and you want to get involved, definitely let me know and join the Terran Interstellar. It's a great way for us to be able to get on and play. I also play many other games, so when I'm doing other ones, there's also opportunities to join in there. And there will be eventually other content that features on the stream, as well as there's other ones on the YouTube. I just know that Star Citizen is one of my more popular ones, plus it's, admittedly my favorite game, so if the people want it and I like it, why not? Especially when that Polaris drops, man, it's gonna be so cool. I've consumed like every bit of content that I could on the Polaris. I might even make my own little video. I think I'm a little late to the party on that one, but oh, I'm super excited for that ship. Man, struggling. Might even call this one a bit early. I am tired. Which is odd, because I actually had good sleeps over the weekend, but apparently not enough. All right. There we go. We got a ship. We got a Gladius and a Hornet. Looks like a Mark 1. Not the...
Shields hit.
Oh, really? Why am I not launching countermeasures? Oh, it's because I'm in scan mode. That's dumb. Note to self, you can't launch countermeasures in scan mode. That would be good to know. This is where it's fun, when the AI are actually moving around and not popping everywhere.
Target destroyed.
Nice. One down. That one's gone. Let's go after the Gladius now.
Lock.
Give them both. Boom. Good hit on one. So the other one missed. Oh no, it came back up and ripped his wing right off.
Target destroyed.
Boom. Chunks. That was fun. Oh, not comma, right? There we go.
Quantum drive is now on. Quantum drive is now off.
Well, we'll travel to Rufus, and then we can make a quick dart over there. It's probably a couple 100 kilometers. Sometimes they're really close, though.
Is now off.
Look pretty close. Probably like 50 kilometers apart. See how accurate I was in my guesstimation. Yeah, a couple 100.
Quantum drive is
Not
now
bad.
off.
That could be a pretty quick trip. I feel like someone is not a big fan of Microsoft. I personally don't have any problem with them. Necessary, especially in like corporate environments for the most part, so. I love that when you send it a pulse out and it's just like. God, I ain't gonna make it. Comments are wow. There we go. Just adjusting how far back my seat was. Unlike people trying to be humorous, I attempt to provide useful information. We'll go even faster if we go up in atmosphere as well. Now that Star Citizen is becoming far more mainstream, there's more and more players that tune in. So if you are a player of Star Citizen and you're online and people are asking questions, jump in there and help out. Even if you don't want to be officially part of their, ambassadors or whatever they're going to call it, like the ability to assist the new players on an official capacity, anything that you can impart to a player that's running into an issue, whether it's a new player experiencing the game for the first time or an existing veteran who's encountering a system that they haven't, a bug, returning after a hiatus, whatever it might be. Get involved, get to know your fellow citizens. We all enjoy this game, and you might make a friend, so. Mr. Dan the Good Man is clearly run into a situation where they could not defeat somebody they felt like they could. With easy anti-cheat and everything else that they do, I doubt it's hacking, but Arrow. We'll give them both barrels when we get close. wait till we're about 2 clicks. Close to it, anyway. Further away, the more chance they have to launch their countermeasures. I like to be under 3. Boom.
Bogey.
Yeah, they didn't like that.
Target destroyed.
Boom. Just like that. Ooh, the Talon. Now that's a nice ship, too. Not as nice as this one. What a nice ship.
Target destroyed.
Boom. Goodbye. Boom. One of the things I'm looking forward to is actually like an area you can go that is frequented by pirates. So rather than accepting missions, you can kind of just go around. Yeah, you can just go there. And, you know, kind of patrol around, and you would like be very likely to encounter pirate ships, and then just have like CDF or something else like that active, like call to arms, so that you can just accrue money over time by taking out pirates, cleaning up the space lanes, and all that jazz.
Quantum drive is now on. Quantum drive is now off. Quantum drive is now on.
Alright.
Is now off.
It's hilarious. He's at Klesher.
Quantum drive is now on.
This might not work out well for me, though, because if he's at Klesher, I might not be able to get in without getting in trouble, but we'll see.
Quantum drive is now off.
Definitely Crusader secure, or Hurston security, but is he escaped and he's running? That would be hilarious. I come and ruin his parade here.
Be advised, you are continuing to approach a restricted facility. Trespassing will be treated according to local laws.
Well, they're not in love with me. Let's do a quick flyby.
Shields
Yeah, they don't like me.
Alert! You are trespassing.
Yeah, he's on foot. There we go. Worth it. He might not be the happiest though, given that he spent all that time. Perhaps I shouldn't be so giddy, but he spent all that time escaping Klesher for me to fly over and ruin his party. But he was an illegal, and Hurston deals with people like that harshly. Whoever's hacking, I can use players. Yeah, exactly.
Quantum drive is now on. Quantum drive is now off. Quantum drive is now on. Quantum drive is now off.
I always like playing as the law-abiding character. And given that Hurston Security has the coolest armor, and this ship has a skin that's very Hurston-like, you know, dark, kind of like subdued gunmetal gray with like these brass highlights. Looks very much like a Hurston ship. So I am looking forward to, as I've said before, the option that once you've been a member of a faction like Hurston Dynamics for a period of time and you've earned enough reputation with them, like where I'm at 100% now, that I could go and, you know, cash in this rep to earn the actual uniform without having to take it from like a dead guy, and get an actual paint scheme or buy ships, custom liveries. Maybe, for example, you can't buy some of the top Hurston gear until you've reached a certain rep, like stuff like that. It'd be very, very cool. Got another arrow. Well, let's give him another 2. San Holo, if you were near Hurston, I'd help, but you're outside my jurisdiction. Definitely another ship over there. Yeah, they're firing.
Lock.
My turn.
Shields hit. Bogey.
Oh!
Destroyed.
That was unfortunate. But we still got the other one. Another Hornet. You might not want to be in front of me, bro. It's not a good day.
Destroyed.
I was gonna say, make you pop. How are we doing? Let's flip over to the light. We are lucky is what we are. $40K. Oh, withdrawn. Fair. Where's this one gonna be? Magda. We can probably afford to do this one before we head back for rearm. And obviously a repair.
Quantum drive is now on.
I don't know how many missions you gotta do to get to the other ones, but what do we got? Orbital marker? Yeah, we'll take that one.
Quantum drive is now on. Quantum drive is now up.
Because I've been doing bounty missions like MRTs and that caliber, as well as the bounty hunter. Yeah, some LRTs, but MRTs for a while now, and I've not been offered to do the next one up, so. Well, it seems like a bounty hunter has taken an interest in Grimm and stopping all the nefarious individuals. Though he might be a criminal himself, so. This game's very peaceful, you know? Just sit here and travel. A lot of people complain about the distances you have to travel, but I love it. Like, just a moment of calm in between. Enjoy this, you know, the... whatever you want to call it. The background stars. The skyscrape. Sky... plane. I don't know what you want to call it, but you can enjoy the beautiful depiction of all these stars and the nice like melodic tunes that take place when you're in that like realm. Like as you transition to planets, you can hear like the sound has changed because each environment and situation. So if you're in combat, it gets like, you know, more heated and you know, aggressive and scary. And when you're in planet, it's slightly different tune than if you're in space. And if you're in combat versus just flying, like last two, let's give it. I think we got 2 craft, 3 craft.
Lock.
Boom. Ooh, and a gladiator.
Shields hit.
Let's flip back around and engage that guy. Where'd he go?
Target destroyed.
And pop. Next one. There you are. Yeah, you mark 1. And you're not the A. Oh god, don't hit me. That's all I need. You know, given the amount of times you might have to eject in orbit, it'd be nice if they actually added a parachute too.
Target destroyed.
Boom. Goodbye. Satisfying to watch them go down and smash right in the ground. When the shadow and it meet. Boom. Alright. paralysis. Paralysis. I don't know how you spell that. Paralysis. Paralyzed arm. Alright, let's go get some quick repairs and restock our missiles and our rounds here. I don't think I've ever encountered a situation where I believe someone was actually hacking into our system. Not to say it's impossible and that it hasn't happened, but... I feel like oftentimes some of the issues are caused by desync, and also sometimes some people are just not having a good night and they are flustered that they get, you know, taken out, and they believe it's because the other person is cheating, but it actually has nothing to do with that. I mean, some people being, you know, obnoxious comment like skill bro, but like it's not even that. It could just very well be that the person got an unlucky draw. There we go. We want the pads. Speaking of Pisces Medical,
Landing gear deployed.
medical terrapin's gonna be cool too.
Landing complete.
All right, rounds, missiles. And we'll power down, quickly hop in the bubble of the station over there, the air shield, and get a drink before we head back out. It's purdy. Well, this one landed without its landing gear. That does not bode well. And the only downside is this helmet does not allow you to stow it. So I have to take the risk of doing this and someone coming by and potentially taking it, but I think we're okay. A little more. That's why I really like these Cruise Lux, because you actually can refill your hydration. Now, in real life, I would not recommend a solely liquid diet, but when you're on the go, these are great. Boom. Saw a funny video on TikTok yesterday, actually. So I'm a big nerd in general. And it might actually just be really good too. Anyway, big nerd in general, and I was watching this interview with Robert Picardo. And for those who don't know, that's the Doctor from Voyager, and my favorite character, actually. Growing up watching Voyager, I always really liked him, and it's kind of shown, and it reflects my character for sure. Like, I definitely have a habit sorry, let's just get this mission going here. Oh, way over there? Oh, no, we're not doing that. That's outside our jurisdiction. Boom. Ebayak. Ah, he's the one that said Grim Hex. We'll try it. Why not? What's the harm? Plus, it'll give me plenty of time to tell the funny story. So, we'll see. Anyway, so it was an interview, and he was talking about some of the funniest moments kind of behind the scenes. And so, for those who've seen the show, Tim Russ plays a Vulcan. And of course, for those who know, Vulcans are very stoic, rarely show emotion, very serious. And kind of interesting characters, and I'm sure very challenging for the actors to play. So, in order to have some fun, there was a scene where Tim Russ's character, Tuvok, was having a nightmare in which he showed up on the bridge naked. You know, everyone's had a bad, experience, or like maybe a bad dream, or like, something embarrassing. And for him, that would be the ultimate embarrassment. So the scene was supposed to be that he shows up on the turbo lift, the door's open, he's completely naked, everyone turns around and laughs at him. But in order to help the other actors actually laugh in that scene, unbeknownst to them, as Robert Picardo explains, they wear generally like a flesh-colored, thong or underwear, so that even if the camera catches glimpses of the areas affected, like the legs around the groin or what have you, it looks flesh colored, and if they need to, they can do any touch-ups in post. And so what happens is they come on set and they're wearing a bathrobe. They do the rehearsal in the bathrobe, and then when it's time to actually shoot, they finally doff the bathrobe and do the scenes. That way, the actor is exposed as little as possible, for actor comfort. Totally makes sense. But unbeknownst to the rest of the crew, Tim Russ had decided to take a large black sock and stuff it and tie it around his midsection so that when he opened his robes, it appeared that he had well, as the doctor put it, live very long and prosper. And so it was quite comical because, of course, as the doors open, everyone's face was a genuine reaction of shock because, of course, they were expecting him to show up in the turbolift just wearing this flesh-colored underwear, but instead they got a little bit more than they bargained for. And he said, in nowadays you might not get away with that, of course, because you want to make sure that everyone in the cast feels comfortable and you're not alienating anyone. However, at the time, it was very funny. Men, women alike, across the board on the show were dying laughing, and it was quite a comical thing. So I really appreciate those little inside notes because it is quite comical. Same thing how Robert Picardo got the role in the first place. He said, the role was... Originally, when he went there, he saw that, the doctor was not real. And, it's a hologram. For anyone who's not trying to spoiler, but that's not too big of a spoiler. He's a hologram, and his character has no bedside manner, at least when it starts off, and as quite curt. And when he first went there, he didn't really want that character, but his agent said, "Come in, audition for this." So he really didn't give it much thought. But he saw the character of Neelix, and that's who he wanted to be. Turns out that one of his good friends actually applied and got the role of Neelix. And he ended up, doing the audition, but they liked him so much in the audition that they said, listen, we're not going to give you the role for Neelix. However, we'd love for you to come and read the Doctor. We really think you would do well as the Doctor. So he said, okay, that's very rare. He even said, oftentimes if they don't like you for the role that you audition for, it's kind of done there and not much else you can do. So he was impressed with the crew that was doing interviews, that they liked him so much that they wanted to come back. But there was 500 other people that had auditioned for this role. And so in order to help ensure that he got the role, he wanted to make a little joke. And so at the end of his audition, he made a joke, which ad-libbed a little line in the rehearsal saying something to the effect of, "I'm a doctor, not a nightlight, like turn me off when you're done." And so it's quite funny to hear those behind the scenes. Now, I make no illusion that I'm going to win this, but I like a good old fight, so we'll see. Now, I'm not going to be stealthy at all because my signature's huge, but... Well, there you have it. So the arrow is one of the metas. Because the first one I was targeting was a Gladius, but the meta, the arrow came out of nowhere there, which is the benefit of those small craft there. They have a very small signature, and it can do very well at hit and run, and the kind of jousty combat that you saw there, which actually dominated Star Citizen for quite a while. Back in the before times. Vehicle charge. Press accept to override file charges. Let him have it. I don't begrudge the man. I went there going for a fight, but I'll let him take a little bit of punishment. And unfortunately, I've lost my equipment, but that's okay. We can always get more. Now I'm going to be one of those people I rant and rave about, leaving my stuff around. You know, it'd be nice if they actually had, like, a trash, because I don't want to, like, accumulate it in here, but it'd be nice if they had, like, an actual trash, because I got, like, 4 of these, and it'd be swell. The sweet, cool treat everyone loves. I would love to have a sweet, cool treat right now. I am starving. But alas, here I am. Just say nice box. Pick up a lot lizard over at Grimhags. Oh my god. So for those who don't know, lot lizard is a unflattering term used to describe sex workers that go around truck stops attempting to elicit companionship from truck drivers. I think I did a pretty good job of describing that. But yes, I am not laughing per se at their comment, though it is quite funny. No offense to anyone who is a sex worker who might frequent those. Everyone is free to make money in whichever way they can, providing that it is, not a danger to themselves or others and legal. Technically, depending on where you're at, prostitution might be illegal. However, there are situations that befall people where they find themselves with little other choices. However, what made me laugh was the sheer shock value, because I would never have thought in a million years in Star Citizen I would have heard that term used. And I really like shock value humor. It is quite comical. So we still have our bounty. Maybe let's grab my equipment and see if we can run a hammerhead with some people. I mean, I suppose I could just go into my small hangar for now. Grab the minimum equipment that I need to run it. Still gives me my small hangar. And we'll see if anyone wants to run a hammerhead. No. Although sometimes one elevator doesn't, but the next one does, so we'll see. No, that's fine. Well, it'd be really nice if they had like an inventory terminal. If it is a 30K, then maybe we'll just hop off there. But if not... Ah, here we are.
Something more serious.
I was gonna say, there's gotta be something out in this area.
It's never been easier, thanks to the advanced digital medical assistance
How are you?
available at every Kelto RX. Looking to improve your health? At Kelto RX, medicine isn't only about healing. It's about being your best. Ask your medtech about optional medical services. Why should healthcare be a hassle? Recently ranked 5th in patient wait times. Choose convenience.
50K.
Choose Kelto RX.
Would the family of patient Beth
Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System. Vehicle selected. Stand by. Your vehicle has been delivered to the... Please visit us again.
Normally it would give me just a berth, but... That was actually funny. I presume I spelled heretic wrong, and that's why they're making fun of me. I am not the amazing speller that they want. And if I did spell it right and they're just making fun of me anyway, then that's totally cool too. But my wife is the speller, so I always joke my wife's like the dictionary, so she can give you the spelling. I'm more like a thesaurus. I can tell you the word's meaning. But I'm not going to be winning any spelling bees anytime soon. I love this ship. I'd love to be able to fly it more often. I look forward to when they have all the components in for engineering and stuff as well. This one definitely needs a bit of a glow up.
Aegis combat assist activated. Systems green.
My head's like tilted to the side for some reason.
Engines online. Quantum fuel
There we go.
Launch complete. Landing complete. Engines offline.
Beautiful ship. Actually, it's my wife's favorite ship. I can't say I blame her. It's very cool, and it fills a neat role. Fleet screen, so you can, like, you know, anti-torp, anti-missile, anti-fighter. No. That was, like, genuinely funny. Oh, if nobody happens, I might even take it out for a spin anyway. I do love this ship. So pretty. See, this is why I need people in Terran Interstellar. I need crew for these lovely ships that I have. So if you're interested in flying in these ships, whether it be the helmsman itself, one of the turrets, engineering, medical, what have you, there are plenty of spots open and available. So we definitely could use you. There we go. Well, I'll just take it out for a little spin. Very cool. Yeah, I really like this ship. I wish you could get the UEE paint scheme. This one's not bad, though. This one actually kind of looks Hurston as well. Well, let's take it to a mission and get some more armor. At the very minimum, we can do assist in defending sight and grab the regular armor. There we go.
Quantum travel initiated. Quantum travel complete.
Very cool. Entering Atmos. Let's make sure VTOL is on. Such a cool ship. Oh, neat. This one's lights work.
Landing gear deployed. Landing complete.
Ah, the big rock's in the way. We'll move over just a tad.
Engines offline.
Let's see if we can't use the side turret here to enact some pain on the enemies.
Aegis combat assist activated. Systems green.
Inventive way to do it, since I'm not rocking armor and have a pistol with 2 mags. Because I don't believe there was one in the gun, so I literally have the 2 mags that I put on.
Aegis combat assist activated. Systems green.
Yeah, there we go. I was saying 25, but it's like, no, it should have 75. Alright, now it's time to risk myself and try it. I actually had a military instructor one time, legitimately. She was coming in to talk about, this is when probably 2012 when Canadian Forces really started looking at least in modern times, the health and well-being of soldiers mentally. And of course, being infantry, we're all macho, like we don't need that stuff. So we weren't really paying attention to her. And to get us to pay attention, she legitimately said, which definitely was super funny for us, literally said bitch tits and blue balls and things like that just to get our attention. But she would be like, bitch tits, like right loud and stuff like that. So it was quite comical, and we had a lot of respect for her because obviously she's worked with soldiers before and knew that we weren't going to take her seriously at first, and had come with a plan. So that was really nice. So that's why I chuckled at that comment. Let's grab, at the very least, a shotgun. And since we used one of them, we can now throw this on my shirt. Nothing helpful from there. This is why you can literally show up to missions with basically a pistol and you do okay. Oh shit, that was close. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Oh. Not being armored does mean that you are at greater risk. Oh my god, I was not prepared. Whew! Literally scared the shit out of me. Oh, there's another one down there. Oh, run, 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 run. Is this Kirsten? Yes. Sorry, brother, but I need your shit. Swap. That's totally cool. Swap. 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 And now I have a better shot. Well, not my favorite one. I'll use this for now, just so I have some range fire. No, we don't need that one. Although if he says an oxypen, was that? Oxypen definitely could be helpful. No. Alright, let's head on inside. Well, this is a different layout. Yeah, the server's actually doing quite well this time. Like, the audio is responding, the music. Nice. I love how you get like a half hour to loot. Originally it was like 10 or 12 minutes or something crazy. It was like quite reduced. And I like to go through and make sure I find all of the loot boxes and loot all the goodies off of people if there is any. Yeah, I like this one. Give me a mid pen. Exactly what I wanted. I'm gonna throw it in my core armor for now so I can actually choose the placement. Jeez, I don't need 8 of them. I guess I'll take them and then put them back. There we go. Oh, there was 2 of them. There we go. Custodian SMG I might stick with. That's not a bad one. Get rid of that puppy and grab the custodian. Not that loot. Wonder if I can take the attachment there. Boink. Nice. Does his have something on it? No. Alright, good to know. Ditch that. We'll grab a couple more magazines. Or not. Didn't even have actually the WoW blaster little gun thing. There we go. I do like the P4AR. It's a pretty common one, which is nice as well. There we go. Finally got a med pen. Gallant rifle's nice too. Oh, that's kind of cool. Nice. Alright, then we can ditch that. And let's pull up our Gallant. Nice. Cool. Nice looking gun, must say. We'll see if there's anything out here worth grabbing before we take off. I'll take a couple of those. Doesn't hurt to have some extra. Don't see his gun though, but just in case. I was gonna see if I can stomp on his face, but apparently not. Alright, but yeah, to show up with a spacesuit and end up with a proper undersuit, heavy armor, 2 weapons, med pen, med a gun. You know. You can literally, I mean, obviously I literally almost ate it when I came around the corner, but I got lucky. But yeah, you can very much make a pretty good haul. We'll take this puppy back and we'll probably call it there. What time is it? Yeah, about time we get back, we call it there. Now, it might be a wee bit of time before this becomes a reality. What I'm looking forward to the most, though, is when you're running multi-crew ships like this, even just the back end stuff. So, like, I hop on and I'm like, okay, so we're going to have this many crew on this ship for this duration, at least expected. So let's get enough drinks and food for everyone to be able to survive the period of time expected, plus 50%. In the event that there is a concern. And if you're going into places like Pyro, where resupply might be even more challenging, like 200 or 300% of what you might need, or at least anticipated. And then, you know, load up the equipment so that everyone has the necessary stuff that we need, like tools, repair stuff, especially when engineering comes on board and we're having to load up like, you know, fuses and RMC and stuff like that for more involved repair. And like, I'm just really looking forward to all of that extra logistical stuff, like, you know, having a dedicated quartermaster, probably doubling as one of the other roles on the ship, like of this size, but still. Very cool. Alright, let's... Since we have nobody on board anyway. Fuel on this too, 900 million hydrogen fuel, though it is, you know, burned through 8 million during our little travel. 9 million, 900 million, and then 4 million quantum. Like, this can go the ways as well, which is good because I saw a video today that I wholeheartedly agree with. Somebody was breaking down fleet compositions on YouTube, if you have a Polaris, and they said, you know, of course the Polaris has all the forward-facing weaponry, so it's got the 2 top turrets. Yes, they can swivel around, but obviously they're designed to augment the front, though they can provide, you know, side and rear defense, at least on the upper portion of the ship. You have the 2 amidship side, port and starboard, that have a pretty good firing arc forward, but start to lack near the reverse side of it. And then you have the chin-mounted gun that's got the 2.6, which obviously does well at the front, but probably could use some improvement in terms of the overall firing arc, because facing rearward, the Polaris does get thicker as it comes back. All accurate. He mentioned the rear-facing missile turret, which is mostly a defensive weapon. I agree. The remote turret. He failed to mention, and maybe I'm mistaken, but I believe there was a underside remote turret as well. So there, and I believe that one was just a standard energy/ballistic. But still, that would once again be more of a fend-off thing to help, you know, stop missiles, torpedoes, small craft, and just to have kind of additional kind of protection on the bottom of the ship. He did mention the 7 size 3 PDC or PDS, point defense systems. I say PDC because I think of like the Expanse with the point defense cannons, but same idea, like the point defense system, but that's once again a defensive, not an offensive. And then of course it's got its 28 size, or it's 24. Anyway, 20 some odd size 10 torpedoes, the 16 size 3 arresters, and so to combat some of the deficiencies that that ship has in terms of its coverage on the sides and in the rear. You'd have a hammerhead escort it. Totally makes sense to me. It's a screen. It's exactly what it's for. But he also made a good point, given that this one does not have incredible forward-facing arc, due to the turret placement, at least especially directly in front, it might be nice to have another ship that fulfills the role in that area as well. So he said put a Starfarer in the center, which not only increases the longevity, yeah, here we go, increases the longevity of your missions, because you can stay out longer, especially when you're looking at like Pyro. Am I upside down? No, I'm not. And then flanked by some Redeemers, some Vanguard Harbingers, and some Hornets, which is a perfect little fleet composition. I mean, I feel like I'm in the right spot. It doesn't think so. Weird. Crazy that this... Oh, is it be like B? It like kind of wants me to be backwards or something.
Launch initiated. Landing gear deployed. Docking request approved. Landing gear retracted.
Yeah, it was being wonky. This is how it wants me to dock. This is the correct alignment. Which is weird, because docking was working. Hmm. Docking broke. Yeah, that's definitely not right either.
Launch initiated. Landing gear deployed.
You are clear to launch.
Landing gear retracted. Docking request approved.
Maybe one of them will work. If not, we'll
Initiated.
let us be impounded.
Gear deployed. Docking request approved. Launch initiated. Landing gear deployed.
Well, we'll see if we can get it to go to the one that's in front of me.
Docking request approved.
Weird. What is the auto dock button? we might end up having to ditch slightly unceremoniously. Just don't let us get impounded. Should be bunk. There we go. Well, there's another way to get inside. Hmm. Well. Uh-oh. Hilarious. Nice. Not quite how I planned on hopping off, but that's hilarious. Holy. Does it actually hurt you? Nope, not yet. Right now it's visual only, but that is pretty cool. Very cool visual effect, I must say. I look forward to when this kind of stuff's happening and you actually have to, like, you know, do engineering and stuff. Like, this would be terrifying. Anyway, that's going to call an end. I'll have to claim this next time I hop back on, but thanks for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.